Hey there, folks. My name is Sarah, and today we will have the opportunity to work with my friend Sonia.
Hi Sarah, it's for me a pleasure to be here with you in this amazing event. Today we bring some news about the cultural event at Ignacio Ramirez High School.
Get ready for a fascinating dive into how people from all over the world see it. This exhibition is like a mind-blowing trip to four totally different countries, each with its own wacky, wild, and sometimes weird ideas about death and stuff.
These countries are like on a different planet. They've got their own creeds and customs, and this exhibit is like a wild ride through all of them.
Death is like the one thing we all going to deal with, right? But hey, we threw about in so many crazy ways over the years. This video is all about diving deep into the funky traditions, beliefs, and rituals about kicking the bucket in Mexico, China, Israel, and India.
So, hang tight and let's get this journey started. We'll start with the first nation, China. Let's see some pictures and a video about it.
China, like many other cultures, has its own traditions and customs for observing death and mourning. These customs can vary depending on regional, religious, and cultural differences. Here are some common practices associated with death in China. Ancestor worship. Many Chinese families practice ancestor worship, where they pay homage to their deceased ancestors. These involve setting up ancestors with offerings such as food, incense, and other items to honor and remember their ancestors. Funeral rituals.
Now let's learn some facts about China.
Sounds very interesting. Do you think so?
For sure, I think China is one of the most mysterious countries.
Many Chinese families practice ancestor worship, where they pay homage to their deceased ancestors. Traditional Chinese funerals involve several rituals, such as cleansing and dressing the deceased, offering prayers, and conducting a funeral procession. The specifics of these rituals may vary depending on the region and the family's beliefs.
The second country we'll visit is India. Sonia, have you ever been to India?
Sounds great. No, never. I imagine it's a wonderful place. Let's see some pictures and a video about it.
Mahalaya is a festival celebrated in India in which prayers are performed to invoke the ancestors, make offerings to them, and worship their souls, in addition to asking them of wishes. The date of which the Mahalaya is praised depends on the cycles and position of the moon, so it may be the last day of the first half of September, exactly the day of the new moon.
Okay. Here we have some interesting information. Let's read.
Ceremonies which has prayers and kirtans, devotional songs, are often conducted to help the deceased soul find peace. These ceremonies may be held at home, in temples, or at funeral sites. It is common for friends and relatives to visit the grieving family to offer condolences and support. They may bring food and help during the mourning period.
This exhibition has been incredible, don't you think so?
For sure, Mexico is the next country. In this is an interesting place where people celebrate death in a peculiar way.
I agree, let's have a look.
Did you know in Mexico celebration is widely known around the world?
Yes, I know, our country is amazing. The Day of the Dead is a tradition everywhere. Why don't we watch a video about it?
What is the Mexican people vision about the celebration? Mexicans' vision of the Day of the Dead depends on different factors, such as religion, family, tradition, and personal beliefs. In general, the Day of the Dead is a very important holiday in Mexico. It's a celebration that unites families and communities. What is
In Mexico, the observance of death is deeply rooted in a rich cultural and spiritual tradition that combines indigenous beliefs with Catholicism. Families create ofrendas or altars to honor their deceased relatives. They are meant to welcome the spirits of the deceased back to the living world.
To finish, we've got Israel. This place has a special tradition. Did you know when people die, relatives stop their activities to stay with them?
Oh, I didn't know that.
They don't give flowers, but money.
I see interesting. Let's see some pictures.
The culture of death in Israel is very complex and diverse as the country is the home of a variety of peoples and religions like Judaism, Islamism, Christianism, among others. Also, the funeral culture is based on the religion and family traditions. In the Judaism, the burial is fast in the 24 hours after the person passes away, and they perfectly clean the body before they go to the pantheon. They light a candle during a week. This is known as Shiva. In Islamism, they wash the body, dress him or her in white, and the tomb is oriented to the Mecca. Then they pray in a mosque. In the Christianism, there are several religions such as Catholics, Orthodox, Protestants, and others. In general, people take their deaths to a church before the burial and then they are buried in a Christian cemetery. This is a cemetery for the soldiers died in the wars faced in Israel.
We will have some facts. Listen.
Shiva is a 7-day mourning period observed by the immediate family of the deceased. During this time, mourners typically stay at home, sit on low stools, and receive visitors who come to offer condolences. It is a time for reflection, prayer, and community support. The Kaddish prayer is recited during the mourning period and in subsequent years of the Yahrezeit, anniversary of the dead, to remember the deceased and sanctify their name.
Well, this journey has finished. Remember, death might be a one-way ticket, but the way we look at it, celebrate it, and remember it, that's what makes us so beautiful, unique. So next time you pondering life and all that jazz, maybe you'll think about how people from Mexico, China, Israel, and India do things a bit differently. Thanks for hanging out with us.